Hello, everybody. All right, I see sound, I see picture. Hopefully, it's all coming through. Welcome to 2000 Tales Roleplay for our third episode of season 2 of Hollow Secrets, the Cyberpunk Red actual play. But we ain't in Night City anymore, baby. We are in the Appalachia, exploring what the cyberpunk world looks like, to a place in the middle of nowhere that somehow, thanks to a lot of luck and geographical reasonings, avoided a lot of the shitty things that happened. Not everything, but the people here definitely know all the shitty things that have happened in the past, but are kind of thriving. And what happened last time? Where did we leave off last time? All the days are melding together in my pained head. We,
Question.
I know, right? Last time, you did go chat with the nuns after doing some research into Vincent being missing. Vincent, who is no good, dirty, rotten scoundrel in town, who is dealing with all sorts of illegal business. One you did uncover last episode being drug trafficking, but probably also creating something probably happening down in the mines there. But you went over, to the Church of Retribution, where the nuns, who are much more preoccupied with keeping the town safe and training the people in town more than they are with actual church duties. But it seems that Sister Bailey's and Sister Patron may have a little sway in this town, and went to go chat with the mayor after y'all brought up some concerning things to them, who then Sister Bailey's met up after the fact saying they're working on things. They're going to attempt to go and find Carmen, and can't tell you what not to do, but maybe if you find yourself getting into some trouble, let them know, because they're there to help. She didn't seem too concerned on the fact if Vincent showed up or not, just more, I think, worried about the power vacuum that would be left in the wake of that, and also finding Carmen. So we'll see where that all pans out. And I guess we'll kind of go, since I think we waited until pretty late into the day after you had kind of chatted with Sister Bailey's at the Rock House and gone about your business. We'll start in the next morning.
Was the last session the one where Skeeter came into the bar? Was that one before that?
Yes, that is how it started. I was thinking that was the end of the previous one. Yes, at the very beginning, Skeeter did show up, and while y'all were meeting at the dive, threatening the crew with guns, thinking that they were the ones that indeed maybe absconded with Vincent. Where you did instead learn, thanks to the bug that Chris had nabbed and Ivy had kind of dug through, that instead what had happened was a bit of a kerfuffle with, I think his name was Johnny, and I wrote him down somewhere. What was their gang name? Ghost Bros, I think. something.
Yeah, Ghost Bros. Ghost Bros.
Yeah, that was it for me. I was like, it was something silly. A pretty like stereotypical a biker gang that kind of traverses up and down the East Coast. I'll pull
We
up.
discovered Ivy's brave when she wants knowledge.
Yes.
She's like, no, give me answers. You can't leave until I have answers.
NPCs. Ghost Crew. Close. Ghost Bros is what I call the Ghost Adventure guys, because they are dude bros that look for ghosts. So, but yeah, and yeah, their head honcho Johnny has not had the best relationship, it seems, with Vincent, or something has gone awry, as they have apparently kidnapped, if maybe killed, don't really know. There wasn't enough blood on the scene of the crime, possibly, unless they're really good at cleaning it up, for there to be a murder, but who knows at this point. But also figured out that they may have been looking for something in particular, which may be the book that Chris was borrowing legitimately on Chris's side, but
Yeah.
maybe Vincent had ulterior motives there, getting that out of his office.
Oh yeah, and that led us to the
To
one
the
hidey
drugs.
place with the drugs,
Yes. Yep.
where we put a tracker in
Yes.
one of the boxes.
Yep.
Yep.
And Ivy has a problem and had a headache.
Oh yeah, too much caffeine, you know. Five cups of coffee, then 2 espresso shots, all before a glass of water. Ouch. Or food, or anything to help in that situation. Yeah, so yeah. I guess we will kind of pick up in the
It's
next
fine.
morning. Totally fine. Are you starting off this morning with that much coffee? What is the?
She will have 3 cups of coffee this morning and then drink a glass of water.
Okay.
Okay. Look,
She
All
learning.
right.
admits she will admit to no one that this happened, but she did it. And then she will text Chris and be like, "Hey, what are we doing today? Also, can I have some fancy coffee with espresso?
Okay.
I promise I had a glass of water."
I've never less believed that you had a glass of water than putting that in as a note after asking for coffee.
No, no, no.
But
I really do promise.
don't think there's a way you're gonna be able to bring this more into your favor at this point. Just I believe that you drink a glass of water. You don't need to keep selling it.
Okay. So coffee is yes.
We'll kind of look over at Bonita, probably where he's sitting at the little like island in the kitchen, and go. Do we still have espresso stuff?
Yes.
Would it be too much of trouble to get some made?
Oh, no, that's fine.
All right. What was the plan today? What were we supposed to do today? What day is today?
Sunday.
Sunday. I don't believe in religion, right?
Not that you've told me.
Okay, good. Okay, then
So I guess
guess
it's
we
just a day.
Yeah, it's just another day. We were supposed to be doing something. Not we as in you and I. We as in myself and the individuals who seem to not want to kill me.
Okay, okay. You've established they don't want to kill you. That's good. Maybe the next
Yeah.
step is you can establish that they're friends that don't want to kill you and that is a thing.
Remember my
We're
one
working on it.
concern on my definition of friend really doesn't I would not say is applicable here because they do not want to kill me, or stab me in the back, which are kind of the two things a lot of my current definition of friend that's attached to stuff. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully they'll change your mind on that one. Althea, they're just over there like writing notes. They're just like, did you? Okay, okay, okay.
and message back to Ivy. Come by for coffee. I don't think we have any more travel cups in the house.
There's a knock on the door within 2 minutes because she is already on her way.
Love
As
it.
soon as you said yes to coffee, she was already on her way. But she does bring a bag with supplies in it because she doesn't know what we're doing today, and she had an idea to make something. So
Just like, oh, not just you, coffee. Got it.
No. Sorry, I was not.
hi.
Good morning.
Ivy wanted espresso. So
Gotcha.
It's really good. You make it really well. Like best coffee ever is how you make it. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Just like turns in place to unlock the cabinet with the caffeine and starts making coffee.
Oh, that's where you put it.
Doesn't everyone put their coffee machine behind lock and key? I don't know. Maybe that's a Night City thing.
we'll kind of tilt his head. Well, I don't think they put it in a lock and key. I think they'll just shoot you if they don't like it.
That's not wrong. Yeah. She says that in a way of like, not it's happened to her, probably the other way around. She's had to go get a lot of coffee for a lot of executives. She's probably shot a few baristas in her day.
I don't think you understand how important this order has to be perfect, or I will kill you.
I will actually kill you.
I think Ivy will hop up on one of the stools and then like start digging in her bag and like put some stuff in front of her and start like tinkering with it. Just to busy her hands while she's waiting for coffee.
Yeah. Need'll like wrap up making coffee to whatever specifications each of you have, and then we'll kind of walk over to a little desk area that they've kind of claimed, and she'll pull out one of her data pads and come over and kind of scoot it over towards you, Chris. It's like, I have completed the contract for the creepy people in the woods. I did leave that part blank because I don't want to say creepy people in the woods on the contract, so you will need to fill in the information on maybe an organization name or something.
Oh yeah, it'd probably be good to have. I will get that from them for the sake of this, and then that makes sense. Thank you. I guess we could go see them because we have to find out where Vincent went off to anyway.
We are going to the woods. What?
Yeah, I mean, thought that was at least a plan.
Looks at things that making. Can you give me like an hour?
Sure.
Cool. Starts making something that is multiple little EMP things to have some sort of device to protect herself because she can't shoot and or melee fight people.
Love that.
17 on that roll.
Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, you've got, we'll say, for something that simple, it's not like it's not technology that obviously already exists and you wouldn't be able to like figure out how to do it real quick. So I'd say you could probably have like 5 little devices that I'm gonna say if you want to like throw them, I'm gonna treat them like EMP grenades. If you're gonna be like smart and place them and stuff, very clearly, then it's more in the tech sense of it.
What does grenades fall under?
It would be in athletics to like throw things. So you have to get a little tricksy if you want to like rush in, set something down.
Athletics is 12, so it's not
bad.
terrible.
Yeah,
so I could do either or. It's a 12 versus a 14, so
nice. Not too bad.
Okay. It's much better than anything related to actual fighting. She can punch people really well.
Just deck them. Hell yeah.
Wasn't very useful last time. But...
Oops. Y'all are just kind of having some coffee and such. I think all the kind of pipes up. They're just like, seems like everything is kind of good to go here. I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee, probably head down to Dr. Chops. He's offered me a desk there so I can just get out and about, but also want to check in on Alden and make sure the recovery is going well for that, since I was there from the beginning of that. So
yeah, of course. Quick follow-up question, because I'm trying to remember, and this morning my brain doesn't always work. You are here to evaluate, right?
yes.
Okay. Is there any kind of real big problem? Not problem, but how important is that? Not that I'm saying that you're like what's the stakes here?
Like, I'm sorry, just to confirm, how important your mental capacity is to yourself, your health, others, or like the company?
Mostly others in the company. Like I guess it could be also matter to myself, but like, I'm just curious because like if things seem to have gotten better, there are less butterflies around.
That's good.
But I don't know if that's actually like a sign of improvement or a sign that things are just changing in a different way.
Well,
yeah, I was just
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you would like, before y'all go on with your day, we can do a full evaluation now. You felt a little busy, and honestly, I work on your schedule. So, but if you would like to just chat on statuses of things, I've been getting notes from Dr. Chop and Bonita, but getting to chat with you wouldn't be bad either.
Oh, yeah. You said you needed an hour anyway, right?
Yeah, these are gonna take a little bit. And I'd be real careful because I don't want to blow up anything.
Bonita's just like, yes,
That'd be
that
good.
would be a shame.
Yeah, Benito would be real upset to have to renovate this
I'm
place.
very proud of this kitchen.
She takes like some paper towels and puts it underneath the objects. Like that will help somehow. Um, and then is very conscientious of how careful she is going with it. She also stops drinking the coffee for now while she's working. So her hands
Bonita
aren't shaking
probably
so
like
much.
the whole time is just kind of in the back, like in the living room, just looking in, staring, just mumbling about how much this kitchen counters cost. Like, but then just looks down like she's reading something.
Hmm.
Um, but Althea will kind of walk over. I bet there's a little office room
There's
or
offices, rooms, and
something.
stuff like
Yeah,
that. We can
there's so much in this dang house. Um,
some sort of
and we'll sit down just
mhm.
on some chairs, kind of by I'd like to think that like maybe it's a little office space, but it's got like the floor to ceiling like windows, like looking out
Mhm.
over just like down to the river. So it's
Mhm.
just very much like small people big room that's just very empty and modern and grand, but you can see the woodsiness behind it.
Mhm. The Woodsies, yes.
The woodsies. And but so yeah, they'll sit down in one of the chairs and kind of just motion over, stirring their coffee a bit.
Mm.
And they're just like,
Yeah.
so yeah, tell I guess what man, it's been a while since I've had to do the therapy part, if we're gonna be honest. And how do you feel? Feels very broad. So I guess I'll start with that, though I do feel.
I feel like you might have questions based on what you've already received. Would that
Mhm.
help, like,
I
to
think
answer some of
so.
those?
I
Okay.
think so.
Because we could start there, and then work from there.
That
Like
sounds good
we
because
don't like, because this is more evaluation. It's not really like therapy. Like I have
right.
Doc Chop does an amazing job.
Yeah,
And you could also, if you wish to,
clearly.
but like I'm not gonna have you. Well, I mean, but I'm not gonna have you. Like you seem to wish to do the evaluation piece, which is what you're here for. Um,
Great. Yeah,
yeah.
I think yeah. The first thing on the top of my head that I just want to get a little bit of a grasp on,
Hmm.
there's less butterflies. Could you
Yes.
explain what the butterflies and how many the butterflies when the butterflies?
I love he's asking this question.
Yeah, it's just they're choosing the best way to ask this and go. Um, so the butterflies for a very long time. I think basically, really, they since I kind of left Night City, came here, they were present in a lot of ways. Often, we're kind of a guide and sort of navigating the city for a little while. Eventually, it kind of became more of just a thing that I experienced as a kind of really kind of solidified in its own manifestation, I guess, of the degrading mental health piece. Um, so then it kind of it was they were guides, they were notions, they would change colors as people change moods. It was um another way to sort of measure things, and so like that's I guess how the butterflies. when the butterflies is a lot of the time. It's not as much now, but that's because I think my grasp on reality is less uh liquid. It's more of like a that old the like cornstarchy thing that they used to have in like the ancient textbooks. I say ancient, the old ones from like the 2020s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did a weird research into those, and they used to like I guess have young children make little like very not viscous. Viscous is what's the one for like things that are not you can't have them run like water. They kind of
Viscous. Yeah, yeah.
I mean technically there's a viscosity scale, but
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
anyway like that it's
Slimy.
yeah like slime is another I guess good word for where my current uh basis of reality is. So the butterflies are less when they are it feels like there is significance being forced upon things as a result. Which may be good, maybe bad. I don't know.
As in, you're putting significance on the moment because they're there, or that you're manifesting them because you know it is something that is important.
I can't tell you the difference between those two, so I don't know.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Be a thing to think about, I guess. Well, I am glad that you're feeling more viscous. That sounds very gross, but having a little bit better of a grasp on what reality is compared to previously. So I would think that as long as you are in feeling in a position to make the different choices or things, probably the less butterflies are a good sign. You're feeling more in control of yourself again and not so much your feelings are controlling you or
Who the corporation
such.
is.
They may control why you're here or your jobs or your goals, but I can confirm they are not physically controlling you, if that is helpful.
Marginally, but yes.
Huh, okay.
I mean, I could also tell you about the time in the forest. There was a time in the forest where there were some other things. There's also the forest in the on the bridge.
Okay. What was they were other things like different than butterflies.
Yeah, it's different than butterflies. Yeah.
Were they good things?
The one that I was actually in the forest for were okay. Like when we were in the forest, there was these uh other bugs. They were bugs of some description, that were just kind of existing. And then there was the forest on the bridge, which took forever to get through. I don't think that one was really like actually there. There's also the time I got lost.
I see. You're seeing the forest in places the forest isn't.
Yes, for the one on the bridge.
Gotcha. They're
Yeah.
like very hard trying to like put the pieces together. They're like, hold on, okay, let me walk through this brain real quick. Okay.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was also the time I got lost out on the lake for a week. Kind of points out to the lake out the window.
Yeah.
One of the sides.
You were just like on a boat?
Yeah, the ivy kind of points back to the room. It was suggested that I as like a recreational activity or something like that. It was a good time getting lost for a week.
Okay.
But I think Benito got a little concerned. Benito eventually came out and said, "Hey, you all right?" May not have
Under
been a week. Benita might give you a better dates on that. That's kind of yeah.
Feel like a week.
Feel like a week, but like my
Okay.
perception of time is a little wonky.
Okay. I see. Well,
It's actually like 10 minutes.
yeah, it was a very short amount of time in the grand scheme of things, but Chris did not move for 10 minutes straight, staring at the lake, and Bonita got very concerned. I was like, what's happening? Okay.
He just looks out the window and goes, "What is Chris doing?"
Just sat there drinking tea, watching. I feel like that's most of Bonita's life, is just like, what? Thea's like, okay, well, today I'll kind of go through a little deeper into Dr. Chop's documentation and stuff on meetings and things y'all have had, and definitely feel free to ask me anything that you may need, or questions or clarification or anything. But I will let you know that I do have until the end of the week to put together a bit of a update for the higher ups, just
Okay.
as a just little confirmation to make sure that you are still in a space that you need to be to get the job done here. And also just a little bit of an update, see if you're happy here, if you're wanting to stay maybe on the East Coast instead of heading back to Night City anytime soon. So, how are you feeling being away from Night City?
It's different. Yeah, it's very different. It's less busy, way quieter. I don't know if you noticed that already, but like, it's very quiet out here.
There were more people that lived in my apartment building than in this entire town.
Yeah, the mega structures are something, huh?
Do you like that
Over-
it's quieter?
Unsure. Sometimes it's louder as a result.
A lot of less. It's that kind of middle area here of where there's less people, so it's nice. You feel a little more secluded, but it's easier to have the attention on you, where you can put your attention on a lot of big things in the city and feel a little less noticeable, I guess.
It's easier to disappear.
Well, or leave town. Anyway, that also works.
Mm.
Well,
I'm not,
that's it. Just an update.
yeah, no. I'm not unhappy. I just worry that I've dragged a bunch of people into games they don't wish to be in.
Well, I can't speak much on that. I say good luck, I suppose, but I don't know. From the last time we spoke, which, granted, you probably don't remember the last time we spoke, this has been much improved.
We spoke before?
Yeah.
I remember I remember in passing like a bunch of times. I don't remember actually sitting down and speaking.
Yeah. We had a little chat for you. Got on the plane and stuff to
you were
get
the
here.
tablet.
Probably. I did have one.
Yeah, no. You were the tablet with the tablet, and then there was a plane, and then there was here, and there was getting lost in the house.
Look, everything you say is troublesome, but let me say, just from a professional, you were doing much better. I'm a person currently, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, like unless you aren't, and then
No.
you at least
I
appear-
am. I just wanted to make sure it
Okay.
wasn't a tablet again.
No.
Before I
that's-
said you're doing much better.
Yeah, no, you're not a tablet. I would probably look at you about as strangely as I did. I think the time that we did actually speak then.
There were some wild eyes happening. That's for sure.
I don't think those wild eyes really left ever since the incident. So
Has that been something you are dealing with okay mentally, I guess? Not dwelling on things?
it's hard to dwell on something you don't remember.
Okay, that you still don't remember it. I guess that is a good note.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm gonna go check in.
Okay.
And yeah, you have my number, obviously.
Yes.
If anything throughout the day before I make it back happens, please let me know.
Sure. I will give you a call if I get lost again.
Yes.
I'm sure Doc Chap will be happy to hear that somebody else is being called when I've gotten lost on Main Street.
I heard some stories. Some of them sounded fun.
Probably fun from an outsider's perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I have faceless mask people to go talk to, which is weird because that's not actually that's a real thing.
I
That
did
isn't
see that note next to it that just
Yeah.
said real, and I was very confused. So other
Yeah,
people have
no.
seen. Okay.
Yeah. Go ask Ivy. You can ask Ivy. Ivy would back this up. I would hope if unless she wasn't there, nobody else was there, and I'm done seeing things. But I think
They just poke their head out the door. Faceless people exist, right?
Oh yeah, from down by the empty lake, it's really creepy. They almost shot us all.
They just look back to you, Chris, and go, well, thumbs up.
Cool.
Peace. And we'll kind of grab their things and start to head out.
Fair enough. We'll walk back out and go. I can't tell if that was either the most productive or least productive check-in.
Maybe both.
Probably both. I'm really glad that she's not actually, or they're not, sorry. I'm really glad that they're not a chaplet.
I just like tilts their head, having no context whatsoever. I'm glad.
Bonita doesn't even move. Like, unfazed.
Yeah. They were a tablet one.
I finished the EMP thingies I was working on.
Oh, cool.
And she like rambles about them for like 5 minutes as she explains how she did it, and it makes no sense whatsoever. It doesn't matter because she knows some technical jargon that I don't understand actually in real life.
Yep.
And much like I think Chris Wood in character, eyes kind of glaze over a little bit. And then
She just like ADHD rambles.
Yep. And eventually kind of blinks and goes, "Oh right, we got to talk to people. I have to get a business name from these people, from the faceless ones."
Joe is busy today. I think she's being forced to actually work today. Like she keeps skipping out, but like I think her parents picked up on that. And Dylan is still doing her thing.
All that
So
weird undercover app thing. That
yeah, I don't really understand what's going on. Joe hasn't completely filled me in.
Okay.
But if we want a third person, we could just stop and get Ella.
Sure.
I'm sure she wouldn't mind doing something early in the morning when the dive is boring.
Yeah.
Sunday's a slow day, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Or we could drag along Bonita.
Bonita, do you want to hang out?
She's also eating very slowly. Looks over to Chris. Hang out or work?
It'd be more work than specifically hang out because we do have to get the business name. But if it would be easier, as I think there was, if I remember correctly, some renovation stuff on the docket for today, you can hang here.
Oh, uh, I'll go. I'll go. I'm surprisingly getting a little stir crazy, but also very interested in what these figures are.
You're more than welcome.
Ivy is super excited and grinning that Bonita's joining them. She's like, I'm getting to her. She's gonna become my friend too.
The funny thing is, Bonita would probably be the first one to admit you being a friend than Chris. Chris is not going to admit the friend part.
No.
As long as Chris admits something similar-ish, she'll be fine. She'll take it.
All right, so heading to go try and recruit Ella.
Yes.
All right.
I will message her to make sure she's at the dive. I'm assuming she is. Usually she is at this time.
Yeah.
Like, coming to the dive with friendos.
I'm just got like a thumbs up emoji, essentially.
Friendos is in quotations and with a question mark, but has not
Thumbs
been
up and then
confirmed.
like a little quizzical face.
Not confirmed if Bonita still wants to kill me. Also, Chris doesn't like the word friends.
Fair. But y'all head over and you walk into the dive as Ella seems to be in like the process of like throwing on a different kind of like flannel overshirt coming in from like the mechanic side. So they were maybe like working on something. And she's just like, oh, well, good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Is this just gonna be like our like morning thing? Are we gonna hang out? Oh my god, are there those donut things? Oh, there's no Joe.
No Joe today.
No, Joe didn't bring him. Joe's not here also, but
Anyway, well, it's still nice to have some chats in the morning, like our new little routine.
Do you want to go with us to the forest to see creepy shadow faceless people?
Everything you said made sense, and I understand what you're saying, but it's just like a sentence that if you would have said a few weeks ago, I would have thought you're insane. Why?
Long story short, they were working with Vincent, and then we found them, and then we heard them, and then they heard us, and then they tried to. Chris stopped them from finding us, and then they almost shot Chris, but Chris stopped that from happening and made a deal, and now I need to go do that. Did I cover that? Maybe?
pretty much. Yeah. I struck a deal with them instead of having them murder me. Shoot me in the back of all things. Fucking really good friends.
Who's friends? What?
They're good friends. They just almost want to shoot me in the back. So
That's not how that works.
She just got this look on her face and just keeps like side eyeing to Ivy, like, friend? I see what you mean by not liking the word friend.
So we struck a deal, and now I have to, facilitate an actual actionable business deal instead of just word of, my word. Unfortunately, we also need to get the business name from them to, piece this all together. So that's what we have to go do.
Should we bring gas masks so we don't get messed up by the weird area of the forest? I don't know if that was like a one-time thing or remember the mountain lion?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, the mountain lion.
That was a werewolf that ripped my arm off but didn't rip my arm off.
No, yeah, that's about right.
You think gas masks will help?
I think they would. I mean, I guess the question is, do you want to not fight werewolves again?
I would like to not imagine my arm being ripped off again.
Yeah, I guess it's probably a good reason not to.
That was terrifying. I still have nightmares sometimes about it.
Well, it has been like a week, it makes sense that you'd have nightmares about it. Trauma is not easily processed.
Has it only been a week?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
So much has happened in this week.
It's been a wild week.
New friend, girlfriend, like what the fuck is happening?
I was just
so-
like, yes, I have a couple of gas masks that I keep on me to force Ivy to wear whenever we go into weird places in town. So, gotta grab those. Interested and terrified of this shadow people thing, but I'm in because apparently Mallory thought it was a good idea to work directly with them. I want to see how bad her judgment is.
Oh yeah.
You know, sister things.
Yeah, the usual family.
Is it?
I mean, do I
My
have
sister.
family? Looks at Benita.
She will answer. Does Chris have family?
According to legal paperwork, there is a related sibling. Chris has never mentioned them in the entirety that Benita has worked for.
That's
him.
exactly what Bonita says. According to paperwork, yes.
Oh,
A sibling.
probably then like good family. Well, you're not good family. So maybe a bad sibling.
I
Who
don't know.
knows? Maybe they're
I've
bad.
never met them, if it helps. Yeah.
I mean, given the fact that I don't remember they exist, about as much help as anything else. Anyway, point is, checking in on sisters.
Bonita types up a note and sends it to Althea.
Out of sight, out of mind, right?
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, so that's the plan, ish.
This is a weird crew, weird vibes. I like it. I'm in. I want to see how this plays out. I think.
Cool. Also, look at these cool things I made, and then she shows her as they're walking back to the car.
Heck yeah. She'll grab some gas masks, and then grabs just like general like little bag full of things that she tends to take with her when she goes around and about, and also pulls out a shotgun from under the bar just in case more mountain lions
Oh yeah, yeah.
or
Did we-
werewolves.
We're all mountain lions. I mean, it depends on whether or not you saw the one thing or the other way.
I guess both are valid. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, generally it's both. But hopefully nobody gets their arm sort of ripped off. This
That
time.
would be horrible.
Hallucinogenically ripped off, I think.
I mean, it was your reality for a brief while, so
Yeah, I woke up hugging a branch instead, screaming. Or not woke up, came to.
yeah. That's okay.
Is this what you do every day? Because I don't like it.
I mean, this is a lot of my life has been varying stages of that. Yes, in the past 2 years.
I'd rather butterflies, though, than a werewolf.
I mean, most of the time it's butterflies, but sometimes it's also werewolves. Sometimes it's unspeakable monsters out of the deep that you can't really fathom.
What? Juanita's types again.
Yeah, Ella's just like walking backwards out of the room and into the back. But you hear the noise of a vehicle being revved up, and she'll pull around to the front and has like a big like off-road kind of Jeep. Hops out. I got a lockup. You want to take that?
Don't see why not. It'd be more suited than I think what I have.
Cool. And we'll walk up the dive, throws all of her stuff in the back, and we'll start to drive you all off. Still a little foggy this morning, as pretty much every morning is this time of year. And you kind of make your way back down that same path that same road that you had gone down previously. But this time when you get to the little state park pull off that existed, she pulls off, but then just starts taking this Jeep down the walking trail. She's like, I can get most of the way. There is like the section over the water that it's all rocks. And I don't feel like flipping this thing in the water, so we'll have to go on foot from there. But hey, this saves us like an hour of walking.
That it does. So we'll hop out with Ella, pull out the bow and stuff that I'm sure that he carried over from the other truck. And
Make sure I have Bonita sheet. There it is. What is her weapon? She's got a handgun. So yeah, she'll kind of have her handgun holstered on her as she hops out.
oh, is it regular holster or is it fancy holster?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
I feel like
Oh, she's got a grapple hand on her sidearm, and then yeah, a pop up heavy weapon. So yeah, can't even tell. She's just walking in with a business suit, looking fancy as hell. Where is my?
I think Ivy like made a what's the thing called? It's like a sash, but it has this fancy name where it like holds things.
bandolier.
That's the word. She makes a bandolier for all of her EMPs. Sounds like a terrible idea, but you know, she's gonna do it. It's too late now.
It's like having 5 pistols all shoved in a bandolier.
Yeah. I got this. My site exploded, but that's fine.
It should be fine. Alrighty. So what is kind of the order as y'all are going through? You know, kind of what's the vibe? Y'all have anything in particular you're looking for or doing, or just kind of going about?
We're keeping definitely an eye out because last time we got jumped by a werewolf and a butterfly that wanted to shoot at us, which butterflies don't shoot things. Not actual butterflies.
I will make sure to be using infrared to keep an eye out every once in a while to see if anything is in the forest. And if when we get closer to the place, I will use the magnification portion to try to like zoom in and see if I see anybody.
Alrighty. So go ahead, then both of y'all just roll perception for me. And y'all are going about.
Ooh, 25.
15.
Okay. So as you're going, the fog is kind of starting to lighten up a bit. As one, just the sun's coming in, burning it off, but you're also getting like a little higher. You can feel the breeze kind of kicking up a little bit. Ella still definitely has the gas mask on in case, and offered one to Ivy if she's wearing it. I don't know. Yeah.
Ivy is wearing one, definitely.
Just in case. You see just some general like wildlife kind of flitting around, birds and lizards and small little critters and things, but no giant mountain lions or anything terrifying yet. And I'd say, Ivy, you would probably notice first with that freaking 25 critical success there that you'll get a little bit closer, and there's like another trail that there's lots of trails through all of these pathways and woods and stuff here. But there's one when you get a little bit closer to this abandoned facility that kind of comes off from the east side, so probably like goes down over the mountain that direction. You notice fresh tire tracks coming from that direction before before y'all have sight on the actual facility itself.
Going towards or coming from?
Not sure. I mean, it's just train tracks up wheels, you know, so you can't see a direction.
There's tire tracks over there that are pretty fresh. Pretty sure it rained last night a little bit. And she like points out to where they are.
Where do they are they car tracks or bike tracks?
They look to be car tracks. Definitely probably like a smaller kind of off-road type vehicle where they're smaller tires but they are still beefy.
Yeah, they have that off-road tread to them.
Yeah.
Can I roll land vehicle tech to see if I recognize it?
Sure, go for it.
Heyo.
Hey, it's another
Nice.
crit. 22.
Nice, 22. Yeah, so you are looking these over. Definitely track that they're off-road tires. Definitely track that they are for smaller vehicles, maybe like some sort of AV, like a four-wheeler, or what are they actually called? Like the mules and the gators, but whatever that type of vehicle is, where there's a few seats and like a small off-roading capability. Something like that. I would say you would also, you don't recognize, like there are plenty of people that have those sort of things in town. But it is almost immediately not tires that y'all get in because the nomads specifically work with a supplier to bring a lot of the tires and the things into town for y'all. And this is not them. Also, since it is like a smaller kind of AV type vehicle, it's probably like, this isn't like road ready, you know? So it's more, you would probably pick up like, okay, this person either drove it here from somewhere else or vice versa or something, you know. It's not like someone passing through. They would specifically need to be like getting on this and driving it from somewhere else and not just like going.
So it looks like it's like a four-wheeler that's not meant for to like be driven for very far. They brought it here on purpose for what it's worth. And I don't think it's any of the ones that are in town because they don't use the tires that we use usually, that the nomads usually bring. These are weird tires.
So, from the sounds of it, might be this other group.
Maybe. That is a good possibility.
Well, we can follow that train after we get done with the faceless ones. Or whatever their business name is.
Do we want to follow the trail first, or do we want to talk to shadow people first?
What is your guesstimate on how fresh these are?
What is my guesstimate on how fresh these are?
I'd say, yeah, they're probably at some point overnight or early morning. Like they are definitely newly fresh mud, but there is some water that has gathered in them. So whichever direction they went, it was long enough that that morning kind of rain filled some of it.
Within the last 6-ish hours or so.
Okay, so
Maybe a little later, but they were here when it rained, and it was raining when I was walking over to your place.
okay. If we follow them now, well, I guess there's no real reason to not follow them. We could follow them. Do we feel like making a couple over at Ella and Bonita going, do we have a preference? Do you care? Do you think it's worth investigating?
Um, Bonita just kind of shrugs. She's like just along for the ride, essentially, of whatever. Ella, yeah, kind of has been looking over Ivy's shoulder while doing this, as it's definitely in her wheelhouse as well. And she's just like, I don't really care either way. I would say if these tracks were left by someone, yeah, they're probably not, well, too far. No one's going to be riding these for too long. So I guess what I'm saying, the possibility is either they've already made it to like some sort of camp and like gone off somewhere else, or they're still on their way somewhere. And if we wait longer, they may already like load up on a trailer and leave or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my concern. And also, like, if we're looking for people who took people, even if it's Vincent, could be them, could be somebody working for Vincent, could be somebody working for the Shadow People, could be something completely unrelated. I hope not. That adds some more things to the city, and this town already has enough things going on right now.
Well, either way, do you think? I don't know. They'll stop being a thorn in the side, though. That's my concern there.
All I know is my curiosity is piqued, and it's going to bother me until we follow the tracks. So
Then it sounds like we follow the tracks.
yes.
Are there any moths on the tracks?
Like your butterflies or like the big moths that y'all saw the first night?
Either or.
I would say as far as like the big moths that everybody saw, no. Those are not floating around this time of day. Butterflies.
No. I say that butterflies, similar to the butterflies, but are they moths?
Gotcha.
Not butterflies, moths.
Ooh,
Not the big moths, but just moths.
What was the difference between the moths and the butterflies? I don't remember. I remember us talking about the moths compared to the butterflies.
yeah. The butterflies are vibe checks and stuff of that nature. The moths are the moths in general are often the omen sign of important things. Could be good important things, bad important things. Depends on the type of moth at that point.
I would think that you would kind of look down this trail. And I think you see a moth from where the Militech facility is that flies past you and goes down this little trail.
Ooh. Well, the moth follows the trail, so shall we?
Did I see a moth?
You did not see a moth, no.
Okay. Cool.
What kind of moth was
it?
it? Sorry.
I think it was I don't know moth types, but I'm gonna say it was like one of those like super deep black ones where you can like barely tell the like differences in like the wings and the face and stuff.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Assuming that's a bad one.
Not necessarily.
You just don't know what it is.
But anyway, shall we follow it? See where it leads us?
Yes, please. That'd be lovely. I'm terrified, but also excited to know what's on the other side.
Marvelous. Then we follow.
Okay. Y'all start to head down this trail. I'd say that Ella probably sticks kind of in the back, keeping an eye out on everything as y'all are going. And you make your way for a good bit, as it's pretty much a solid like decline at this point. You're kind of going down the opposite side of the mountain from where y'all would have climbed up originally. And you see these tracks the whole way. They never really deviate off this trail, going down the middle. And after a bit, you feel it kind of start to level out, and also the trees are getting like a little thinner, as you can see the in the distance that, you know, a big, what used to probably be a big major highway, not much in use anymore. You can kind of see it in the distance with a river kind of going right next to it as you're kind of getting down to this like valley, this little riverbed here. Everybody do one more perception check for me.
17.
18 is my perception. I rolled concentration.
Beautiful. Why do I have two screens, two windows up? Okay. So, yeah, y'all are starting to kind of get some better view, and you do pick up, you hear kind of echoing in this valley a vehicle. It's very, very loud. Rumbling of a vehicle, and you'll kind of get a little bit closer and closer towards the road when you hit what's kind of like a little bit of a cliff face. It's, you know, you could go left or right and kind of make your way down the hill, but this is a very rocky section. But you now hear voices as y'all have kind of gotten up to this little rocky cliff face, and are able to look down a little further, right up next to the river, kind of under a bridge that this road goes over, as you see this like big, beefy Harley Davidson motorcycle coming down the bridge, down a little trail towards this little encampment, where you see there are a couple of like camper vans, like the ones where it's just like or where it's a truck, but then it kind of has the camper up onto the truck bed. You see a few of those. There's a little bit of a fire going. You hear some talking and see various other vehicles and things, as you see a few, probably, I'd say probably about like 8 or 9 people currently. The 9th one coming in off the motorcycle. All very much dressed in nomad leathers, all very like similar vibes, similar styles. You do catch on a few of them that do have either jackets or vest or things on a ghost, but make it like metal as fuck, you know, like a really intimidating looking ghost logo on the back of some of their jackets. You're a little far to kind of hear what is being said, but you can hear some laughing and just general kind of rumbling and talking.
I see their lips.
I'll say Ella hands you over some binoculars.
I have
so you can get in close. Oh yeah, you do. That's right. So then yes, you can.
Haha, that's another crit 29.
Beautiful. So yeah, y'all are sitting there kind of leaned up on this rock edge, kind of looking around at what all they've got going on there. You see that one little section of people seem to just be sitting around this campfire, just like chatting, like 3 of them. There's the one that's coming in off of the motorcycle. You see another individual kind of run up and give him a hug and have a little bit of a laugh about something. A couple of people are kind of what looks to be in like a little bit of a food truck kind of situation, or, you know, one of those campers that they've got a little like Weber grill hookup going on. But then you catch 2 of them that are kind of on the backside of one of those campers, seeming to have like a little bit of like a hushed conversation compared to the rest, you know, that are very clearly just like fucking off, like, whatever. We're not on the clock right now kind of vibes. Where these two are kind of grabbing some bags out of the back of one of the trucks. We'll say this one's kind of got like a trailer on it that very clearly you see a AV pulled up onto this trailer. As they are kind of grabbing some bags out of the truck and putting them on the back of, one of those little racks on the back of the AV to carry things. When you're looking in, one of them will say it's a feminine kind of presenting individual, has like this bright red hair that's pulled back real tight in like a low ponytail. Very much has that same kind of like the leathers on and those sort of things. And she's looking over to a guy that is just like the stereotypical kind of biker guy with the big old beard and like the bandana on the head and like living that like, because at this point in time, this is a very old style, so they're very much like like right on the line of like a poser gang, but also just they're bringing back a style from like the pre 2020s. So it's like this kind of weird mix here of like trying to look the part and then also like having some of those old things like the old Harleys that they've like kept up, but she looks over to him and she's like, I'm just so fucking tired of the weather here. It's like every goddamn day there's just drizzling fog. The other day I forgot to put my mask on. You know what I fucking saw in the fog? I saw a Loch Ness monster in the river. It's crazy. I don't know what the hell they've got going on, what leaks are happening up there, but it's garbage. And the other guy's like, well, you learned quick, didn't you? That you gotta just put your mask on. Like, I don't know why you're bitching. This is the easiest damn money we've ever made. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to head back down south. And he's like, look, all we got to do is just for a few more weeks, put on these stupid suits and sit around and wait. How hard is that? She's like, yeah, I mean, I guess so. He's like, and look, so what? We got to babysit that asshole for a little bit. He'll be out of our hair soon when Johnny gets here, and all's going to be good and well. All right, when he gets back, we're off the clock. She's like, whatever the fuck you say, as you see one of the things that she's pulling out of the car is like this pitch black, like to the point it doesn't make sense, like the Vanta black, there is nothing light in it, jumpsuit that looks very similar to a lot of the things that you've been seeing those shadow faceless people wear, and rolls it up and stuffs it in a duffel bag.
I am saying these things. It's like, okay, now the redhead is saying, and then the bearded guy is saying, and she's pissed. She's real pissed. Oh, I think they're talking about Vincent. Like, she's just grabbing this as they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Vincent, and they have something that's really impossibly black that looks like the shadow people were wearing.
Shadow people are different than the people that we've seen at the Militech place. Are they the same people?
Same people. Sorry.
Same people.
The faceless, shadowy. Because they had like essentially all black in that very impossibly nothing there black within the face plate that was just super reflective and faceless.
They walked weird.
Yeah. Well.
I wonder if these ones walk weird when they put their suits on.
Yeah. Okay.
They're gonna be here for a few more weeks, but they have to babysit Vincent until Johnny gets back.
Interesting. How many were there the first time we were there? Do you remember?
You probably saw about 6 or 7. Like, there was one that was clearly talking, but then a few others kind of scattered around just to, like, show force and numbers.
Right. good at driving.
Y'all kind of having this talk and watch as they continue to just grumble about things and stuff their suits and kind of little duffel bags on the back of their thing. Both of them hop on. I will say the woman's driving, backs it off the trailer and starts to kind of like turn to come into the woods, seemingly probably in the direction y'all are, seeing as there were the tracks that you followed. And I think that is where we will cut for this portion of Hollow Secrets. For those on YouTube, we'll be back in 10 minutes. For those on podcast, we will chat about this next week. But I'm going to, go to break while we decide what are we going to do about this problem here. Goodbye.
Last week was a really good cliffhanger. Do we just want to do Disney trivia? Because this ain't happening.
How dare you? No, I want to play the game. I want to play the game.
We are here. We got this. Let's go.
You're a time-traveling corpse?
Apparently.
That is awesome.
Now this one wasn't me.
It's not our fault.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
He is so excited and is bouncing so much. Like, there's so much excited bouncing.
Obviously, everyone's into anarchy.
Yeah, you cannot be.
He's so cool.
My world is crumbling around me.
Nice to meet you and explode with you.
I suppose that is nice, yes.
Fuck you.
I knew we weren't going to get off scot-free from murdering someone.
Yeah.
Tear my seams apart for you. You sell me every little lie is true. Oh yeah. But I listen to the heartbeat on the floor. I feel loud every breath just like before. You can't take it anymore. Where you gonna go tonight? Why don't you wanna wait it out? I don't know what you're running for. All you wanna do is fight. Why don't you wanna make it right? You don't know what
When average teenager Arthur Padrone finds out he's the reincarnation of King Arthur of Camelot, he, Merlin, and Lancelot go on a road trip to find the other Knights of the Round Table before danger catches up to them in this comedy fiction podcast. Listen to Friday Night Fights wherever you get your podcasts.
So many buttons. Hello. We're back, everybody. Welcome to Hollow Secrets, a Cyberpunk Red actual play set in the middle of nowhere in the Appalachia, however different people say it. I've always heard Appalachia, right? Is that right? Appalachias. Look, I don't know. I am as far away from them as I can possibly be in the United States, so don't listen to me on the pronunciation of it currently. But let's do a little recap on what has transpired so far. We woke up Sunday morning. We are still short a Dylan and short a Joe, as Joe unfortunately does have to work and has some weird family dinner that is mandated by Grammy Gwen. So we'll see what that is. But Chris and Ivy set out with the help of Bonita and Ella to, kind of finish up this contract with these faceless folks in the woods. But, because nothing can be that easy, as they were on the way there, noticed some relatively fresh tracks from some sort of off-roading vehicle. Decided to follow them for a bit before coming across a camp that seemed to be a little bit of a area for the ghost crew, which is V. Wow, weird coincidence. Talking about how they are sick and tired of being here and how long do we have to keep this job up, and said, well, when Johnny gets back, they're going to get rid of that other guy because we're tired of babysitting, and pulled out a suit that is the same deep dark black as the faceless folks in the woods wear, or whatever they are, and have put those into some bags on the back, tied them down to the AV, hopped on together, and are headed up the road towards you all. What would y'all like to do first? As you've got a few, I'm not gonna say minutes, few seconds, but enough time to kind of maybe react in some sort of way, since you kept an eye on them.
We're gonna have company in 10 seconds.
Let's see it. What's the plan?
I have EMPs.
You want to set one of those on their path and see what happens?
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
I don't think I can run there and drop it off as athletics. Probably.
Because y'all are currently just right at the end of this road, because it kind of came down towards this and then veered off. So they're going to be coming up and basically passing exactly where y'all are.
But will they see us before?
If you don't hide, for sure.
Okay. I'll just go quickly put one of those on the road and then hide.
Okay.
I'd say almost just keep going across and then be in the little that corner across from us, and we'll all hide in that one side. And you'll just sprint across, drop it off on your way, and then be on the inside corner. We'll be outside of that corner.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Okay.
Run by, drop, keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. So you drop one off in the road there. Everybody roll a quick stealth for me as you're hiding.
21.
14.
Awesome. Boop-a-doop. I gotta roll dice for Bonita. Do you have any bonuses to stealth? 6. Does that include... That does not include.
No, it does not.
Not
include,
at all.
So.
So that'd be 20. And then
I beat Bonita, haha.
Haha. And then I am using the handy dandy Cyberpunk Red Companion app. If y'all aren't on it and you're playing Cyberpunk, you're doing it wrong. It's the best. I made Ella's character sheet in literally 30 seconds. Stealth.
Nice.
She got a 23. So
nice.
Damn it, Ella Beach.
Yeah. You watch, I mean, probably from Ivy's point of view, as Bonita and Ella just become one with the shrubbery. Whew, gone. You do see Chris going to hide, but it is not nearly as expert as the other two are. I need, where's my book? Oh, it's where it's supposed to be. I thought I had it out already. Because I need my stats for these guys. Oh, I guess I could have done it in Roll20. You know what? That's okay. That's okay. We're going to look at the book because, hey, if y'all are playing Cyberpunk Red and don't have the book, you're doing it wrong. I'm just going to plug every bit of things I'm using today.
So tell everyone they're doing it wrong for not using those things. They gotta use them.
Gotta use some things. You're doing them wrong. Use dice. You better be. Do you have the Cyberpunk ones? No, you're doing them wrong. I'm not even rolling the D10 that's in my Cyberpunk dice. The Witcher set, though, my favorite set of dice. They roll so well for me. They're also really cool looking, but they roll so well for me. Oh my gosh.
The important part is whether or not they roll well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What is their perception? So then, no, because it's skill bases. Does base include?
For NPCs?
Yeah. Because like some of these are very high and some of them are very low, and so I'm like
skill bases for the NPCs in the book, I believe, are with the attribute modifier included.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like I literally have some stats that are 12 and some that are 4, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But then, or 5, but then it does make sense. If I try to math that in my head, it does make sense that some of them would be so low. Okay, perfect. So. Turn off the bright screen. All right, then we are good. So it seems as you are all kind of hidden back in the back behind some bushes, rocks, trees, however you kind of conceal yourself. Thankfully, you do live in them there woods, so you got plenty of shrubbery to hide amongst as this ATV comes driving up this road pretty bouncily as it is a pretty rocky face. Immediately able to clock, Ivy, that these are the tires, the same sort of tires that you saw previously. You can now, all of you, hear the like bitching is continuing on as now they're just like yelling over the sound of the four-wheeler to talk to each other. The guy in the back's like, you know, I don't care too much that we're having to do this. I mean, it's not that hard of work, but man, I just had a shift last night. They literally gave me like 6 hours off and now I gotta go back. That's some bullshit. And then the girl's like, oh, so now it's not so fun, huh? As they're just still continuing to just grump about it. Ivy, you're watching as they're coming across. Roll your electronic security, I think is what we said for those.
Yeah. 23.
Nice. Okay.
I was so close to another crit. I got a 9 on the die. So close.
So, they didn't notice the tracker. They haven't noticed any of you. So it's or not the tracker, the EMP, or any of you as they are continuing to drive and they go over it and your thing detonates. You hear a oh shit as very clearly the like electronic readouts and stuff of just like how much gas you have and blah 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 short out on the four-wheeler. Now I need to roll something real quick. Okay, that's bad for them. What was your total?
23.
Okay. Yep, okay. Even worse. Okay. Both of these individuals are also in this general area of this, clearly, as they're on top of the ATV that you are focusing on here. You watch as this readout shorts out on him and is gone. The guy in the back doesn't seem too bothered or anything. He's like, what's going on? As they start to slow down, as you see the woman is pulling interface plug out of the thing and like plugging it back in, smacking on it, as very clearly she was using that to smart drive a little bit, and it's not going, and looks very confused, but then puts her hands on the actual like gas and such. And
as she goes to do that, I would like to loose an arrow.
Okay. Absolutely
at her
can.
specifically.
Okay. Are you just generally, you want to call shot it at all?
I would love. It's gonna be real bad if I do a called shot though.
Got any luck?
I have 2 luck as always.
Oh. I forgot you're not lucky.
I am not a lucky character. Oh man. What's the D? Is it? Am I using DVs for?
Yes, because they are not in a place to be able to dodge at all because they don't know you're there, but also just in general they're not. I mean, if y'all were just hiding close to the road, I mean, I would put it at the 13.
13.
Y'all just got off just enough to hide. You would be in that sweet spot.
Okay, cool. That makes sense. So 13 be what, 17 if I do a cold shot? Is it 4? Okay.
No, 6.
It's 6 for a cold shot? Yeah, it's 6
I think it's 6 for a cold shot. I always get them confused because I think it was different in 2020. I think it was like 8.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more than it is now.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's 6 now.
Yeah.
But any damage that goes through will be doubled if it's their head.
It's true.
And they're not wearing much armor, like I said, in the way of they just have like shitty looking helmets and their leathers on.
Storyteller egging you on.
I love it. Because so many times someone's like, I'm going to do it. No, I won't do it. And then they roll a critical success. I'm like, you should have done it. But then also, when it doesn't happen, it's just a miss. So those don't stand out as much.
Yeah. I'm torn because the number I would have to then meet or beat is a 20. And essentially.
Would it not be a 19 if it's +6?
Well,
you have to beat the DV. So you have to get higher than whatever the number is.
Yeah.
I mean, use those 2 luck, drops it down a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have the set as you get an 18 or better. So I have to at least roll a 4 on the D10 or higher.
It's not bad odds, but not great odds.
No.
Better than 50.
It is better than 50, but not by much.
Not by much.
Oh. Fuck. Hold on, I'm gonna double check. Things. I'm now invested.
I love like the difference of just like when you play these games long enough of like different crews. Like for the first time ever on my Wednesday game, I have a very antagonistic crew that's sitting there shit talking me during combat and then also like tripling down on the bullshit after playing with so many people for so long. They're like, but I want to hit them.
What am I doing? Why am I looking for a digital? Hold on. Curious.
Let's see what stuff we got here in.
Let's see. That's 712 millimeter. Yep. Range combat special. Not modifiers.
I love how it specifies a grapple gun cannot be used as a weapon.
Yes, grapple arms cannot be used as a weapon.
They would like fully knew people would be like, okay, but what if I shot the grapple gun at them?
I mean, it makes sense. Just wrap it, like shoot it at them, wrap it under their leg, yank.
Yeah.
Attacking.
No, it is still -8.
Oh, it is still -8? Damn.
Yeah, aim shots still -8 to your check to aim at any of these areas, special areas.
So then you're still at a 20 with luck.
Yeah. Nope. I'm just gonna fire.
Okay.
Okay. What are the weapon types? The ammo types. I don't think I have any ammo types that are fancy. It's not about that fanciness. It's not marked, so I assume I don't have any. Point is, I'll make a roll here. We'll fire this bow. We'll just get it over with. Bow. Oof. That is a 5. So I miss terribly.
Oh no! Critical failure to the max.
I love that so much.
All right. Hey, Ivy. Can I get you to roll a d10 and tell me if it's under your luck? Because guess what? Arrows still have life, and you're on the opposite side of this ATV from...
Yeah, let's go.
That's definitely not under my luck. My luck is at a 5, and I rolled a 9.
What's your ref score?
My what?
Reflex.
Ref, R-E-F, ref, yeah, reflex.
6.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Do I need to roll a different attack roll for her? Because
No.
I would have missed.
I want you to roll your damage, but not going to take all of it, as it's just a straight arrow.
Hear me out, though.
Mm-hmm.
It technically would still miss the DV of either person.
Uh-huh. But it's a fumble, and you shot through those people towards your friend.
Meh.
Meh.
Fine. Yeah.
Does that make us friends now that you tried to shoot me?
I didn't try.
Oh my god! Yeah. Ivy's back is turned.
I say, well, is your back turned? Have I stabbed you in the back?
I mean, she was going to hide, like what was running past, so
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, well, then we're friends now.
I don't know if it's a good thing or not.
I didn't say it was a good thing.
We're friends now. It's like, is that good or it's real bad?
I have 13 points of damage.
Look, that's not bad. We're gonna have it, so we'll bring it down to like 6, which would be the half, which I don't think it's through your armor, because you have like normal light armor jack, right? Yeah. So you're in the process of kind of hiding, and you feel this arrow like ping into the back part of your armor jack and hit the ground.
I say very softly. Do I go down 1 if it doesn't go over?
No, only if it goes over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Just making sure. I just like pick up the arrow and like look over at the where I think I see Chris and like, but don't say anything out loud because the people are right fucking there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I don't even know how to run this. I think we know what's going to happen, but can Chris roll a d10 and tell me if it is below?
Oh, are you sure?
So roll a 1. So just roll a 1, maybe.
Roll a 1. Do you want me to roll a d10 and then see if it's below my luck skill?
It could happen. It literally happened to me this week with another game. Oh,
it did not.
It
It's
did
close.
not, though. It did
So
not.
close.
It's close,
It's
though.
happened before.
The guy, because the woman's still a little like, what the fuck, trying to figure out why her like interface plug isn't working, why the readouts and stuff have stopped working, and is starting to drive. The guy notices arrow as he's like, what's going on? Oh shit. And starts to look that direction.
Sure.
Okay, to make it a little better than your luck roll, high or low?
High or low? What is it? Is it 50-50 now at this point? Let's go low, because it's going to go high.
It was low. So, before shit happens and you have to roll initiative, being a nomad themselves, being out on the road, being quick to respond, you watch as Ella, seeing that shit's about to happen because you missed, and knowing there are 8 other nomads 20 seconds away from y'all, chunks a grenade out of the bushes, and it boom, 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 and lands like in front of them, possibly in their lap. Let's see how well it does.
How wide of a range is this grenade blast? Just out of curiosity.
What's that?
How wide of a range is the grenade blast? Out of curiosity,
I'll say, well, because y'all had to be, because I just kind of treated it as the 7 to 12 range for Chris. We'll say you're kind of the same, so you can easily be on the edge of it.
Fantastic. Just wanted to make sure before you rolled anything.
Holy shit. She rolled a 25 with a critical success. As this grenade literally will land in the lap of the woman driving. And she looks down and is about to say, oh shit, before it is choked out and she is coughing as this gas starts to come out of this grenade and encompasses them. They have to roll. Hold on, I just hit it. They have to roll a resist torture drug check. And guess what? I don't think they have that as a stat. So it's going to be pretty much a straight roll plus will, I believe.
Yeah, it's plus will.
Yep. All right. The first guy gets a 11, which is not enough. And then the woman gets a 10. No, I'm so sorry. I forgot that the first guy got an 11. This shit got a 5. Oof. A whopping 5. As she starts to cough, and then he starts to cough, and then their eyes just like roll back in their head, and they both fall off of this ATV as it continues to go for a little bit, finally kind of stopping itself probably up against a tree, not hard enough as it was already slowing down anyway with her being confused. And they're seemingly just laying in the mud unconscious.
Cool. So no time to waste. Let's grab them and...
Yeah, I was like, we've got 1 minute and about, give or take. So...
Thank you.
That's her only fun item I gave her, so.
Cool.
Now she is straight shooter.
Nice. Grab them, time up. Go through this shit.
Cool.
Seems like the easiest solution.
Okay.
We'll kind of look over when we all kind of rendezvous back at the thing and go, sorry, she moved her head back. Wrong time. But hey, we're friends now.
Is that good?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I would like to be your friend, but not in the backstabbing, literally way, please.
Well, by both of our definitions, we are not friends.
Oh, okay. I'll take that as a good thing then.
Because I have shot you in the back. Not intentionally, but it's what happened. And
it didn't pierce my armor, though.
I'm glad that you're not bleeding. I noticed that after it happened, so.
I think I was.
I was like in the process of like gagging one of them. Is like, we should
helping.
probably be a little quieter though.
I'm being quiet.
We were. I would say we were doing this at a soft level. We're not trying to raise tension here.
But yeah, as you kind of go through their stuff, they each have an agent. Obviously, there's interface plugs on the woman that doesn't seem to work. They've got ropes, flashlight, like general just kind of gear.
Yeah.
You see that the woman has a very heavy pistol with some very heavy pistol ammo, armor piercing, all of them.
Ooh, I will kick that mag out and grab it.
Absolutely. And then also the guy has a crossbow on his back with 10 normal arrows, 10 incendiary.
Ooh, okay. So I got arrows, 10 regular arrows, right? Okay.
I take their agents.
Yeah.
Solid.
And I make sure to take the tracking device out if I can right this second, if it's like an easy thing.
Okay.
If it takes time, then I'll wait. But
go ahead and roll for me. Probably just a basic tech. Maybe like yeah.
I didn't actually give myself
2 because it's 2 different devices.
Yeah, we fine.
18 and 20.
Okay, yeah, you're able to roll quick. 10 incendiary.
Okay, and then how many AP very heavy pistols?
There was 20. One.
I break the tracking devices in them
Nice.
so that they don't get followed, and I tuck the agents in my backpack.
Nice. You also see that there's that bag, kind of duffel in the back. Inside of it, you can kind of open them quick. There's some like shitty rations and water and things that it seems like maybe they're like taking. Like it's a good chunk. It's like half the bag that maybe they're like taking supplies back. But then you do see that there are 2 of these black suits and 2 of these face mask things. I will tell you more about them. You don't have time to really look into them currently, unless you, when they wake up, you still want to be here. Totally up to y'all.
Hard pass.
Or if y'all are taking them somewhere, yeah. Kind of what is your plan?
Could take them back to a secondary location.
I mean, we could, but we have like 30 seconds.
We've already had them.
They're tied up, yeah. Just currently, how the scene played out, they have not seen any of you.
Yeah.
So that could be good. Or they're knocked out, you have them tied up already. That just makes it easier for you to kidnap them.
I pull out some rags and blindfold them.
Just put the masks on backwards.
Or that. That also works. That's a better idea. Whatever. Ivy looks at her rags disappointedly and puts them back in everything.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So you're y'all just gonna kind of like throw them on the back of the 4-wheeler and someone take them, or are y'all like hefting them and leaving the vehicle?
Put them on the back of the 4-wheeler. Take the 4-wheeler though.
I will. I think I have the best driving, unless Bonita does, or Ella.
Ella. I mean, Ella's a nomad, but
yeah, Ella's
also does not necessarily have to.
I like
But
driving.
they have a whopping +5 to anything involving a vehicle on top of their normal stats. So
Ella can drive.
Yeah, that's her thing.
I'll be the passenger princess. It's okay.
Beautiful. Yeah, you've got like them two, the 2 captives now just kind of like laid over the back of it, just kind of like tied down to the rack a little bit. It's very much like in Red Dead when you just like throw the dude on the, like whoever you've just like kidnapped for the bounty on the back of the horse and go. Like not the safest probably, but who cares? And you'll start to go off. I guess the question is there somewhere in particular you're sending Ella, as she will be much quicker than those of you on foot, or just she'll go very slow and just make sure the vehicle is with y'all?
I would say keep together.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as long as there's the sound of the vehicle, people won't be suspicious in the camp. So we can go as slow as we need to. But I think we should go to where the things make the hallucinations appear, but put our masks on and then like tie them to a tree somewhere deep in the forest.
That's definitely one way to do it. I was thinking a little bit more back in town where we can question them.
I mean, that's also an option, I suppose. I thought we were just supposed to get rid of them.
No, that wasn't the plan. The plan was to capture them and get information out of them. That's the plan I have, at least, is to...
Nobody said a plan out loud, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that this conversation's happening in character in some sort of way, and Bonita looks at Ivy and is like, I like your idea, but whatever. There's a moment of bonding if she's like, let's just fucking leave them in the woods. She's
leave them in the woods
ruthless.
after. Yeah, we can leave them in the woods afterwards. That's not... They can both happen. I just would like information out of them. That's all I want.
Would I know a empty house that we could use that isn't... Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's still probably a good, like, third of the houses in town don't have any occupants, you know?
Okay, well, if we're gonna bring them somewhere, there's, like... If we go that way, there's, like, a house, the fourth house in, like, the first little neighborhood. That's empty. It should be easy enough to break into. There's nobody living there.
Oh, let's say it's like, because one of the first like neighborhoods you would have gotten to anyway would have been Dylan's, but also a lot of people don't live there because they think Dylan's family is cursed. So it's like fully like super empty with the exception of like the school. So maybe just don't drive by the windows so the small children see the like knocked out, well, they'll be awake, but people, but.
Yeah. Well, we can always knock them out again.
I mean, I could technically try to put them in a chokehold until they pass out again. If we don't have anything that physically does it. I have strength.
One of them does start to move a little bit.
I'll be careful. Might fall off the back of an ATV.
They can't see your talk. They're gagged and blindfolded. There's just like a lot of like moving around and grumbling.
Mm. The less you struggle, the easier this will be. This is we're borrowing you for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like looking at what their stat block is, they know that they've got currently, because other than a little bit of struggle, which they're not going to be able to break out, the one cybernetic one of them had, you've disabled. So there's, yeah, probably just a lot of like very mumbled fuck yous. But for the most part have kind of like given in to the situation that is happening currently. As y'all are able to take a long walk and then drive. I feel like probably once y'all kind of got back to the Ella's Jeep, she would suggest like chunking them in the back so people don't see them. But what are y'all doing with the four-wheeler? Kind of continue to take it where y'all are going, kind of claim it, or leave it somewhere?
Let it idle its way to the Miltech place.
That's fun.
Nothing on it, just the ATV. Just
tie the gas on it and just aim it.
Yeah, just aim. Not like super fast, just a nice low cruise so that they see it. They get it. We're not thieves.
I will add.
Maybe murderers, not thieves.
I will add one thing since we are going slow enough. Ivy will try to cover tracks.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel like probably Ella is making a good focus on like staying in the tire tracks previously too, until y'all get to a certain point.
We could also walk in front of the tracks and then have
and then like drive over them. Yeah.
That would be Ivy's idea, as Ivy is the one who would know to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just know as a human how to do it.
How often are you hiding your tracks in the woods?
On rare occasion.
But yeah, so y'all are. You don't want to know.
You don't.
Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Exactly. No, what the saying is. But y'all are able to idle along and kind of get to a point where I feel like, well, Ivy's buff. Chris has some body to him, but I think Yeah, Ella's relatively stacked too. So y'all are able to kind of grab him and walk him down to the rest of the way to get to the Jeep. Have the four-wheeler idling its way down the path back towards the Militech facility. Get to the Jeep, chunk him in the back, and head to one of these empty houses. Saying, as you know, as y'all are very much living in a like communist city, you know, like you just everybody's taking care of themselves because it's just y'all are outside of a lot of jurisdiction of anywhere else. So none of these doors are locked. They're just ready for whenever a new family moves in to go pick a damn house. You know, like there's not a real estate agent of Pine Hollow yet. Maybe that's a new business venture. But you are able to kind of like pull up to one that's more on the outskirts of this neighborhood that's pretty abandoned for the exception of Dylan, and pull the Jeep into the garage. And yeah, you know, just a very, very typical little like standard 3-bedroom, 2-bath farmhouse all to yourselves. There's a few bits of furniture and things, but it seems like whoever lived here before legitimately moved out before shit hit the fan, so there's not a ton in the way of things here, but some. Yeah.
All right, cool. So Bonita can have her fun then.
Yeah, Bonita's over there testing the faucets. Good.
Why do you need water? I
don't ask questions you don't want the answers to.
Okay, that's fair. Should I step? I think I should. I don't.
I'm not gonna do anything too awful, and it's only if they don't give up information.
Okay.
But you and Ella can more than take a trip while we take care of it if it needs to.
Ivy looks at Ella.
Ella's unfazed, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, maybe we I don't know." These guys have a pretty shitty reputation of being cutthroat, so I don't know.
I'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, you draw the line where you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she just like goes over in a corner somewhere to like watch from afar.
Ella kind of like posts up next to a door, like pulls out her shotgun, but then has the machete like very noticeable. She's like, "I'm just look intimidating."
Yeah, probably good cop. I'm guessing bad cop will point at Bonita. Just extra intimidation, point at Ella, and
I'm not here. Just pretend I'm not here.
No, Ivy's who they think they can talk to because she's not involved or like a side thing, says Bonita with like this very sinister like little grin.
It's very true. Yeah, the compassionate one.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I haven't got to do this in years.
I know.
You're a little too excited for okay.
Ivy, you will notice Chris is like the most calm and almost most like feels like he's physically present that he has the entire time you've known him.
It was such a weird day.
Bonita's like rolling up the sleeves of her blazer.
Bonita is happy. Chris is actually has clarity. Bonita said something nice to me. We're about to torture some people, you know. Today's an interesting day.
Only if they don't give us what we're looking for.
Yeah, they could
and
talk.
It's not like we're gonna do anything physically harmful. That's what the water's for.
I'm not gonna question. Just have fun, I guess.
Anyway, I assume there's a couple more chairs that we could sit there in.
Yeah.
So we sit them in the chair. We'll hang. I assume the hands are behind the back, and we'll hang the arms over the chair. So that way it's real uncomfortable for them.
Yeah.
But also, they don't have much to really do.
Make it very obvious if they're trying shit too.
Yeah.
Out of character, you can technically say Ivy would not suggest this, but Ivy does have a med tech bag. You could suggest that she's the one that's here to keep them alive so that they can keep being tortured. I'm not saying Ivy said
Bonita's
that.
clocked
Nikki
it.
is saying that.
Bonita's got it. All right.
She's like, already making you the compassionate ones, like, but you could also be scary. That's the best. But yeah, I think she'll like position herself behind them at first, so they see a good cop that looks terrifying first, and we'll just kind of like pull off their blindfolds and gags, and just kind of stands behind them and lets you lead, and we'll cut in when she needs to.
Good afternoon. Welcome to.
Just kind of shake their head and trying to look around. What?
The next few hours will be pretty important for you, so let's talk for a little bit.
The woman just like immediately looks pissed and is like trying to very much just like hold that face of like pissed, but the eyes are like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, like trying to look around. Where the guy's like, what the hell's going on? Where the fuck am I?
A house somewhere.
Who are you? Who are any of you?
Who we are probably isn't important then if you don't know us. What we want from you is probably the more important part.
What does that mean?
We're looking for information. Information that I'm sure you have.
My name, or you got more fucking details for me? I know a lot of shit.
Well, yeah,
the sky's blue, grass is green. We just stating facts.
It's good facts to know. Like, the sky being blue is also a good sign that your eyes, the little cones, they still work. And the rods also let you know that your eyes are currently now adjusting to light.
Bonita just like sticks her head between them. I can change that though. And then like pushes back. And they're like, oh hell.
Ivy's just like,
she's just so slow and deliberate, like it's terrifying.
No, the information I'm looking for is a couple things. You are the group that's currently also hanging out at the Meltec base, right?
What Miltech base?
Pulls out from one of the duffel bags the suit. That one?
Which Ivy, do a basic tech for me, as you probably had some time to look through this while passenger princessing on the ATV. Hell yeah. Yeah, he just kind of looks up and down. We just found that in the woods.
Can I human perception that?
Absolutely, you can.
Can I also human perception that?
Absolutely, you can.
My human perception is garbage at an 11.
It's okay. It's persuasion's garbage.
I got 15.
Nice.
It's okay. Rolled a whopping 7. Bad lie. No poker face. Definitely not a gambler. As just like wide-eyed, like, that's not ours. We just found it. Like very clearly fucking lying.
So it wasn't you on wasn't you putting it on the back of the ATV, then taking it with you up the trail till we got your asses?
Nope. Must have got us confused with someone else on ATVs. You know, there's a lot of them up in those woods.
Mm-hmm. I find this answer vague and unconvincing. So, maybe a little more crystal. You found them in the woods, and you just, held on to them, brought them back? I don't believe any of this, just to clarify.
Yeah, they're cool tech.
Cool tech. Definitely not this whole, shift thing you got going on where, you had 6 hours off the night before, and, have to go do it again this morning. Your ATV's got there by now, so hopefully, missing it too bad.
He kind of starts stumbling, like trying to come up with something to say back And the woman kind of pipes up. She's like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Are these yours?
Clearly, you know they're ours. What do you want?
So you are the people that are in the Militech base.
We are sometimes in there, yes.
Interesting. Are you the only ones in there?
No.
Are you the only group in there?
Define group.
Your outfit. The band of people, 8 or 9 of you, chilling out at the band of trucks that we plucked you from.
They're the only ones I've seen, yeah.
Okay. So then, by that necessity, some of your friends probably know who I am, and I'll have a conversation with them later. But what I need now is a little bit more information. And if you want to continue to be vague and unconvincing, I can give you someone who's a little more convincing and someone who can probably offer you a little bit of sympathy, if nothing else. We'll gesture both behind them.
So when you say, the first one, you gesture behind, Bonita, like, turns around and walks and just stands next to you, arms crossed with this just, like... The whole stance is just very calm, very deliberate, very chilling. But so is, like, the look on the face with just, like, the tiniest little smirk that is, like, serial killer smile.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, their eyes just get real big. And then do dart over to Ivy, like, help.
Ivy shrugs. I'd listen to them. They're scary.
How many of you are there really?
The guy's like, and the woman's just like, it's a bit of a vague question. In our whole pack?
Currently residing in, around, making use of the Militech base with the fancy get-up.
Quick question. You got us, or whatever here.
Sure.
We don't talk, what, you're just gonna kill us?
Oh, no. Well, we'll make things worse. If I was going to kill you, I would have done it already.
I just don't think I'm seeing why I owe you anything.
I mean...
Am I gonna get to walk out of here and go back to my family?
Yeah. You get to live. You'll get to see everybody else and go back to what you're doing before all this happened.
How truthful are you being in that statement? Or?
I am being sincere. If there
Okay.
is information being given, Chris will, if the problem might be is that Chris is at 2 empathy, so what is enough information might be a little weird.
All right.
But no, Chris is not lying by that. If Chris, if they give Chris what Chris is looking for, / we're all looking for in terms of who's here, how many are here, where they have Vincent, are they going to continue to be a problem for the city, the small little town, which is, part of the problem that the nuns wanted to solve.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes, they'll get to feel free to go rejoin the little camp they left. They might get killed later.
Yeah.
Chris won't kill them. Bonita might follow them.
So do you want me to back in Jerry for a moment? Do you want me to road map this out for you? Like give you an idea of what happens, the paths you can take. Would that help?
That might be helpful. Yeah.
Okay, so if you give me the information I'm looking for, which is a few things, questions, I'll ask them, you'll answer them. If I find them vague or unconvincing, Benito will try to get a more clear one out of you.
She smiles bigger.
If you
Okay.
don't, if you don't give us the information, you make this worse. We'll have this, we'll have our game. If that continues to be vague and unconvincing, we'll hang you out in the fun part of the forest for a little while.
Well, I'll tell you what I know. Just know you snagged probably the two worst people you probably could for this. They don't tell us shit. We just show up and do our job.
See, but these are the people that I like to know. Because you show up, you do your job. You do what's asked. I'm not looking for questions that are like, what's the overarching plan of your guys' long-term, 5-year goals for the business? I don't give a shit about that. I'm asking how many there are, where you're keeping an individual that got taken from this town. Do you intend to, stay afterwards? Does that seem like it's in the plans from what you've been told, how long you're going to be here?
They kind of trade some very silent kind of looks, like they're just having a little eye conversation of what the fuck are we doing? While that is happening, Ivy, you've kind of looked through this suit and through some of their stuff here, and you may still have access to kind of look at it.
I also wanted to look at the tracking their agents to see if there's any data on there that would give details to, but
hell yeah.
Suits first.
Yeah, on the suits. So first, the masks are pretty basic masks. Like the actual cone itself is a nice chrome, it's very well made, but you see that it is very tech fancy on the inside of it here, of where it essentially has the breathing, the anti-gas masks and those sort of things in it all. Voice modulator is in this, as well as things like the UV vision and some enhancements for visual things. So it's kind of like a goggles and gas mask combined in a very fancy looking package. For the suit themselves, because you would notice as you start to kind of pull them out that they are bulky. It's not just fabric. It is not just a loose piece of fabric. It has actual structure in the way of tech inside of it. To fold it up really was just to make it slightly smaller. It's kind of I would make it more equivalent to very thin football pads, where there's a lot of bulk and body to it, as you realize that made into this suit, where the outside of it is, I don't know science, but whatever far future version of a lead coating could be, but probably not lead, so people don't die with extended use, to where when you're on the outside and scanning it, zero tech is pinging off of this. You scan on the inside, popping off, as very clearly inside of this kind of hardened protective layer that is this black suit are external linear frames that can be, kind of attached in. That very clearly has some speed wear and some enhancements that maybe kind of helped with that, plus then kind of the optical illusion of being so black gave that very weird illusion maybe.
Ivy, while looking at it, it's oh, that's how it works. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they're definitely the same people.
Okay.
The masks actually are voice modulators in them, and then the suit has something that you can't detect the technology, but it actually increases their speed, and there would be an illusion type of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I want to replicate this, actually, and should keep studying. And she will eventually look at the agents.
They kind of look over to that whole conversation happening, and then they kind of look back to you, and they're like, I think the woman's probably still going to be the one talking, as the guy is just, he tried to bluff and then couldn't, and now was like, I'm not in charge here. She's like, me and my buddy here, we just rolled up on this crew about a week ago. Apparently they've been posting up and doing business here for a bit before that. I don't know how. We're a big family. We're all over the place. We just joined up with this section of the crew recently. We go up, we sit around for a little bit, we go back to camp, someone else goes in our place. We haven't seen shit. We're only supposed to be here a couple more weeks. I don't know about everyone else.
Okay. Nobody's talked about closing up shop recently, though.
Not to us.
Okay. Cool. So, how many are there in total that you've seen?
There's about 12 of the family here. A few come, a few go, so it's changes.
About like good 15 or so. Ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, more could show up tomorrow. Who knows?
Who knows?
I mean, our family's over 100 deep, so.
Well, yeah, but who's actually here to give a shit about you guys? So, 15 or so. Could be more tomorrow. It's good info. I'm liking this so far. It's working well. Benita's probably not super thrilled.
Yeah, she's like, I was hoping they'd have a little bit of a tighter lip.
Well, they continue to be squeamish. We'll find out.
Big smile again.
Your friends, a good, important friend of yours, picked up somebody from town. They still around?
Gotta be more specific.
Guy named Vincent. Pissed off Johnny something fierce.
Sounds about right. It's not hard to piss Johnny off.
So?
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah, that was. You asked me to be more specific. I told you who I was asking about.
I don't know if it's Vincent. I know there's some fucker up at the factory that we're supposed to keep an eye on until Johnny gets back. He said he had to go run somewhere for a day. Should be back sometime.
Tomorrow?
Tonight or tomorrow.
Interesting. I wonder if that's the one I talked to to start with. We'll find out. You got people watching this individual?
Well, we're here, so maybe not.
Can I roll a human perception on that one to see why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I lost it. Where did it go?
Social, I think.
All right. Oh no, I'm very distracted by the technology
Yeah,
right now.
you're scrolling through their agents.
Care if I double down on that? And give it a shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that's not what you're supposed to be looking at on these things. That's going to cause a virus.
The guy's like, hey, stop. That's my own personal phone, all right? Yeah, it's very much just like a barbed comment. Like, you've seen more than two people at that place, you know? It was more just like, well, we're fucking here, and that was supposed to be our job. Like, Just trying to be like sassy, like, you know the fucking answer.
That one doesn't fully know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fair enough. So, what up in the factory? It's a half dozen. Johnny's coming back tonight or tomorrow. Should be fun. What else do I need? What other information can we borrow from you?
My favorite color's red. I'm a big fan of peach pie.
Your favorite color is red?
Mm.
Benita, did you hear that?
She's like, mm-hmm. What are we thinking?
Well, if their favorite color is red, they apparently feel like they are smart. Do we wish to show them their favorite color?
Ivy, turn around.
Ivy very quickly does so while still looking at the technology. She's trying to find a way to hack into somebody else's thing if she can, if they're all connected.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll electronic security for me as you're kind of like getting through their number or their password and getting in.
If I have any type of earbuds whatsoever, they are in and music is blasting right this second.
Fully.
Just the perspective of it's just like over the shoulder of Ivy with the music going very loud, and then just like in the faint background, the
yeah, I'm like blurred. I'm just like Bonita going full Christian Bale in American Psycho. What was his character's name?
Oh God, I don't remember.
Something Bates, I think.
Yeah,
It's also a Bates. I like to think that it's like Electric Light Orchestra, like something very happy that she's listening to too. So it's like fully contrasted.
Oh no, she's listening to some heavy metal to make sure it is overpowering any noise or screams. She does not want to hear anything. It is like some screamo heavy metal yelling music.
You hear the screams you want to hear.
All the way. And that's a 23 for security tech.
All right. You are able to make it through their phones. And you kind of look through the two of them, and it's like pretty basic shit. Like it's a lot of communications back and forth where it very clearly seems taking shifts. It tracks with what she said that conversations on this have been for the last like week or so. You're able to see on like the woman's phone, people talking about possible job, like, hey, Johnny's crew needs some extra hands up here. You and we'll name this guy Harry. You and Harry want in? And she's like, yeah, sure. We'll name her Eliza. I don't know. Yeah, Liza and Harry.
I note down any phone number that is, or any agent number that's included so that I can try to track that later.
Yes. And it's just like, yeah, we can be up there in like a few days. We're down in North Carolina still. And it's like, all right, cool. And that's just like general conversation. So that's all backing up kind of what she's been saying so far. You do, what was it, 23? There's just like some general photos and stuff. I mean, nothing super telling other than you're seeing more and more faces or of people that are probably at this camp. Seeing some more local photos and things. There's like even just like a couple of photos from the last week of like someone like posing with a deer they shot. Like it seems like they're for the most part having a fucking vacation and then going and working a shift whenever they have to, kind of thing, you know. But what else would be on here since they are kind of like peons? I think you do probably actually see some communication on from we'll say the same number that had messaged them asking if they wanted the gig. Says something along the lines of, Vincent's nomads came to us directly. Keep an eye out in case they show up, kind of thing. So it seems like they were all kind of aware that the nomads are working for Vincent, and they were cutting Vincent out and coming directly here. Obviously, they never made it directly here because Vincent jumped them, but it is confirmation that they're part of these people, and Mallory was coming directly here with whatever shipment she brought in from Night City.
Gotcha.
Very briefly, she'll like turn, but like has her hand up and looks at Ella and is like mouthing, "Is it done?"
Ella's like, hold on. Oh God. Hold on. Like kind of looking through her fingers for a second. Okay. Yeah.
She takes her headphones off and like doesn't purposely look at them at all, and just like keeping her eyes on Ella the entire time. So I found some stuff out on the phones.
Okay.
That might be helpful. I'm not gonna look over there at all. So,
Bonita walks into view and she's like wiping off her hands. Like,
oh God. Okay.
Anything else I need to ask them? What'd you find?
So, they have been the same crew the entire time. They were messaged by a different number that I'm going to track later that said that they knew the Vincent's nomads were trying to cut Vincent out and to look out for them. So they were aware of that happening. So the whole crew that's been here is definitely who's been here the entire time. From what it looks like, at least.
Okay.
But she is telling the truth about being here for a week. Asked to join from the same number that mentioned the nomads. Okay, are you gonna go back to doing loud things?
I think we're good.
You just hear in between sobs from Harry. Please no. Please no. What you need no.
We just look. Her favorite color was red. We just had to indulge her for a moment.
I'm never gonna tell you my favorite color. Okay, noted.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're friends. I'm not gonna make you see your favorite color.
But friends to you is okay.
Remember, our definition of friends is very different, and I'm also trying to adjust my definition of friends.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just a little freaked out, just a little bit. It's okay. I'm gonna focus on the technology again because this is still really cool.
By all
Let me
means.
know when we're leaving. Cool.
We'll turn back to the two and go. So now that you've seen your favorite color,
Y'all are fucking crazy.
yeah, this is why I'm in therapy.
You need a new therapist, man. It is not fucking working.
No, it is working. I used to see butterflies, and I used to be way less careful about seeing.
But Nita's like, yeah, you're still alive. That's something.
Yeah. I didn't ask.
Ivy Pales.
Yeah, you're still alive, and we haven't gotten too far into this.
What do you want to know so we can get the fuck away from you people?
Oh, I guess I do. I'll make sure you have it when I give you back. There's a contract. I need whoever's highest at that place to sign.
I'm sorry. You kidnapped us.
Yeah.
Questioned us.
Mm-hmm.
Tortured us.
Only a little bit.
And want us to take a business contract back?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Chris Halsey, executive of Ziggurat. No.
Oh.
Is that making sense now?
Not really. I just knew there was a Zagreus exec that was going to set us up with internet eventually, not that they were also going to try and fucking kill me.
Well, look, things change. But business deals change. I had one with Vincent as well. Vincent's now missing. I have to go find a business partner. You are the people that were last seen with Vincent because Johnny took Vincent. You are the people of Johnny's people. So you are, unfortunately, where I'm going to find out what happened to previous business partners. Because if they're dead, I need to make sure that happens so that way I can cancel that business contract. And worry about
I
my
haven't seen him yet, all right? I don't know if he's dead. I don't know if he's alive. I don't know what state he's in. I just know we were supposed to go keep an eye out.
So here's the thing. We're going to give you back. We're going to give you back with one of your agents. And then you're going to text the other one. Well, we'll keep yours. Harry? Is that his name?
I don't want Harry's. It has some gross stuff on it.
Okay, fine. Then we'll do Eliza's. We'll hold on to Eliza's.
Harry just gives you a real dirty look.
Look, I'm not looking over to see what you're... I feel the look on my back right now, but...
Ain't
Shame on
anybody ever told you not yuck someone else's yum? Goddamn.
Shame on you.
We don't...
You need
we gotta work... We need to work on your... Don't king shame people, Ivy.
Yeah, Ivy. But I do want my phone back, please. So yeah, you can keep hers.
You don't know what I saw.
I don't need to. I've seen far worse. But some people enjoy that. But anyway, point is.
Ivy just like holds it out behind her like it is not looking.
I was like, oh, come on.
Then he'll take it from Ivy as he's like, it's about most BDs. We'll close it out.
Am I getting my shit back and leaving or not? Are y'all just gonna, I don't know, make fun of me? That almost hurts worse than... No, it doesn't hurt. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be sassy.
I'd say if we can make
sure.
Nope.
It's fine.
Okay. Then he'll tuck the phone back in like a jacket pocket on Harry and go, so here's the deal. We didn't mess you up too bad. So you're gonna come back. We'll bring you back. We'll probably blindfold you again, gag you, do the same thing we did to get you here, get you back, tell them you had a run-in, be clear, unclear as you like. They'll choose to believe you or they won't because, hey, it's the middle of the forest. So, we need to know whether or not Vincent's alive. That's all I need. That's all I really care about. And I don't really care too much if he is alive or dead. I just need an answer. So that way I can finish that business deal and I can work about my other business deals. So, you report that back to Eliza's phone. And then we figure out what's the next step in this business deal and your business deal with your individuals. Sounds like y'all are choosing to stay, based on the fact that there's a business deal involved with that.
All right. So, tell you to text Liza's phone if Vincent's alive, and how long our folks are thinking of sticking around.
Yeah, that's really it. That's all else I need to know. That I don't have answers to right now.
All right.
Think you can do that for me?
Yep.
Okay. And if you need to, we could probably make arrangements for some other kind of work. Either here or with some other nomads. We'll make it worth your while. I don't want to just beat you up and then leave you out to dry.
So you're gonna beat me up and give me job offers?
Yeah, kinda. Ish. If you're successful.
Jesus. Okay.
Again.
Okay.
I'm in therapy, so.
Keep going. Sounds like a deal then, partner.
So, we'll download the contract and go, oh, I do need them to fill out the name of this business that we're supposed to be putting on this data pool. So give that to whoever wants to sign that contract. And we can have the conversation if they need to have a conversation. They know my number. They can give me a call. We can talk about this too, and then I can explain why this happens the way it happened.
All right.
So, unless you guys want to see more of your favorite color.
Nope. Nope. I'm not a big
Anything
fan
else?
of red, if we're being honest. That's her thing.
Mm-hmm. Are you still a fan of red, Eliza?
She's just been so fucking quiet since all of this, and she's has her head still kind of like hung down and just does that, like looks up out of like the top of her eyelids and down. She's like, yeah, it's the best.
Good. Glad to have shown you your favorite color. But you
All I ever do. And he's just like, no, I guess not. Looking a little disappointed.
Let me talk with you for just 1 sec. We'll be right back. Don't go too far. Ella, make sure of that.
Arms crossed still, has not moved. As much as she wanted to look away, has not moved. And it's just like, uh-huh.
We'll pull Benita into another room on the first floor. Go. So, we'll let them free.
Yeah. They're not as tough as Night City folk.
No.
It's a shame.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be bad to go against my word, not I said it. I do enjoy watching you work, though.
Thank you. It's been so long, honestly.
It
Yeah.
But,
guess it's only fair. But
yeah.
if they don't do it, we can
Yeah.
find them, right? Right? Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's almost more fun.
Yes, and if they don't do it, then we can find them, and you can have as much free reign as you so desire.
This is so fun. I'm just trying to think of the path Bonita has taken from like going to like school for accounting to now doing what she's currently doing.
I feel like it's always been a cover.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For sure.
And then we'll come back and go, okay, so we're going to gag you and bag you. And then we'll drop you off back at the ATV. Or on the path of the ATV. Then we'll cut you kind of loose and let you figure it out from there. So, slips a data chip with the contract in the pocket with the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Goes. So, shall we take him back?
Bonita's already like putting the blindfolds back on, tying them a little too tight. It's like,
putting the masks back on a little too tight.
Ivy is not giving the mask back.
That's fine. We'll just use the rags that Ivy.
Yeah.
She's not giving up this technology. This shit's cool. She's like, no, that's mine.
This is mine now. All
I
right.
can replicate this.
So yeah, y'all easily enough. They don't really put up much of a fight, and just kind of just go with it as y'all drive them back to the path. You know, drop them off. Or y'all like literally just dropping them off and they can figure it out themselves, or are you like unhooking them, untying them and stuff?
So we're dropping them off. We are not I'm blindfolding them, ungagging them. We're cutting specifically the ties for their feet so they can walk. And everything from there is on their own.
Gotcha. Love it. Bonita trips one of them as she walks off, and then when they can't see, gets back in the Jeep. She's like, this has been a good day.
Aren't you glad you got out of the house?
I am. And look, Ivy, we still got to leave them in the middle of the forest tied up. How fun.
It's so fun. So great.
I feel like we've really bonded today.
Is there liquor at your house? Is there liquor anywhere?
Yeah, celebratory drinks at the house.
Celebratory, sure. Yes.
That's something we're celebrating. We got information. We should probably pass that on to somebody. We got the information we were looking for, and we have people on the inside that are not going to do our bidding. What worse outcome is there?
Exactly. Ella like puts her arm across the console and like grabs your hand, Ivy, and just like holds on and just drives back out.
Squeezes very, very tightly.
As y'all
questioning her friend choices.
Drive back.
You're the one who wanted to be.
It's the first time she had a reason to question it.
Well,
it's gonna happen one of these days. Today was the day. But yeah, y'all head back to Chris's to have some drinks and spend whatever bit of the evening y'all have left before either information happens, Joe shows up, whatever. Is there anything in particular either y'all would want to do or talk about in as the evening or the afternoon turns to evening and everything kind of starts to wind down?
I'd say I think we all get in sitting back around in the kitchen, kind of where we started the day and now we're ending the day. Different drinks this time, no longer espressos. Definitely like various kinds of liquor in mixed drinks or.
Ivy refuses coffee. She is already anxious enough.
Does Althea join us?
Yeah, Althea comes in. Is like, oh my gosh, guys, it's such a good day. So Alden is up and feeling great. How's y'all day? How was y'all's day?
Ivy's eyes were like just big. It was great. Drinks.
We got to have a little fun.
Fun. Yep.
Some good old.
Althea immediately knows the type of fun by looking at Ivy and then looking at Bonita and Chris. Is like, oh. Ivy, I know I'm new here, but I am open to talk at any point in time if you ever need it.
I don't think I can afford your rates.
No, on the house. As a thank you. And a sorry.
Okay, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, this is part of a ziggurat thing. Definitely on the house, you know.
I have an office at Dr. Chop's now, too, if you feel more comfortable. Not here to talk about whatever. Anyway, love it. Gin and tonic for me. Like, they go over and just immediately start pouring a drink.
What insanity can we give Chris to be the liquor of choice?
Oh God.
It's the only people who are.
I'm trying to think of just like all the like disgusting drinks that I've had at some point in time and seeing how Chris could find joy in some of them.
Oh, there's one that I just learned.
It's just absinthe. They just drink straight absinthe.
Not even iced, just pouring like some sort of mixed drink that also includes absinthe, and then just keep pouring another cup. Yeah. Like does something for Bonita that has absinthe in it, and then just goes, oh yeah, pours a glass for himself with nothing else in it, and just sets it down.
It's like that like white blonde lady that makes drinks that everyone like jokes about on Twitter or on TikTok, where it's like, and then 2 ounces of vodka, glug 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 glug, and then finally turns it over. You're like, God damn,
that's not 2 ounces.
That ain't 2 ounces, lady.
I think as they're all sitting there, Chris will kind of turn to Ivy and go, thanks for coming on that adventure.
I got really cool technology out of it, so yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, and you missed. I mean, like, sorry, what'd you have? Just gonna say, I always knew the butterflies were right because the colors were different.
What color were the butterflies for me?
Like a nice pale purple. It's a rare one. I don't see it too often.
I do like purple.
Don't worry, we'll make sure you see purple.
I would appreciate that. She
Can't
feels like
say
I
that
don't
when
know how you would do
drinking
that. I don't want to know how you would do that.
Bonita just like finished his drink. No, you don't want to know.
Just takes a step away from me.
So,
who is like much closer to you and much more present in your company than has ever been.
We bonded now.
yeah, we've all bonded.
I didn't want this type of bonding, but here we go.
I like that it switched though. Like Ivy was trying her bonding, and that didn't work for them, and then they did their bonding.
And Ivy's
did
now like,
not work for Ivy.
Ivy just needs a couple days with the therapist. She'll be fine. And a couple of bottles of whiskey. Everything will be great.
Yeah. Chris will go, well, by your definition of friends, I think this would make us at least decent friends. We've tortured somebody together.
My definition of friend doesn't have pain involved in any form of way.
That's fair. To be fair, none of us got hurt.
Yeah.
Think of it, Ella like speaks up trying to help the situation. Think of it maybe like you shared in an activity, you know? Like maybe someone doesn't like football, but someone does. So even if the person that doesn't like football makes the effort to be there with the person that likes football, they still bond, you know, because they were sharing the experience.
Okay.
And those people honestly probably got just as hurt as most football players do. So really on the grand scheme of things, not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Like we told them, they're still alive, which is honestly pretty well for both myself and Bonita.
I do believe that.
Okay. Yeah. Friends.
Is this not what you had in mind for friends?
Today has been a lot. I do want your friendship though. I do. 100%. So yes, friends.
Okay.
Today's just been a lot.
Understandably, for someone who's not used to this lifestyle.
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything like that, not even in movies or stories or ever.
Ella's fully in this position of like trying to comfort Ivy, but like in that way of like, I've been there, you know? And so it's like trying to like help Ivy rationalize how like Ella had rationalized it previously. Because Ella's seen some shit. Yeah.
Ivy's just lived in this town and invented shit. She has lived a very quiet life. The worst thing was Skeeter hated their family. Like,
but like, yeah. So, yeah, you've got an experience of how we can be. So.
Yep. But
just good people to have on your side.
Well, yeah, that is good. That is very good. Yes, I'm glad that we are friends and we're on the same side working together. This technology is really cool. I'm gonna go focus on that.
Sure.
For like a bit.
Oh, you know, actually, I needed to run home. I realized I forgot something. If maybe we want to go where it's a little quieter and you can focus on work.
Yes, please.
Okay. Ella then just like turns to Chris and Bonita, and then Althea gives a quick smile. Like, thank you so much for that adventure today. Glad I could help.
Sure.
Good and the good answers we got.
Yeah, we have actionable intel that we can pass on. We should probably do that. Have we not done that already? Did we do that? Am I missing
Nope.
time again?
No.
Okay, good. Then we can do that. Yeah, that's what I'll go do. I'll go stop by.
Okay. Well,
So
anyway. I appreciate y'all. And like Ella's being very genuine. Like she is not in a panic like Ivy is. She is very genuinely like that could have went badly, but y'all handled it very well and like thank you.
yeah. Chris will clock the lack of anxiety Ella has and goes, since it's some of ours first time with that sort of thing, do take care of her.
I'll try my best. She'll like give a little wink to Ivy and like help gather up tech.
I still like you guys as friends. This is so cool. I'm sorry that I'm being so weird. Okay, bye. As she takes the whiskey bottle with her.
Fully.
Hey, we'll go. Do you want another?
She quickly runs and grabs it and leaves.
It's like,
Take care.
we'll be in touch if she learns anything, so.
Of course.
And gives another little smile and walks out and gets in the Jeep. I feel like it may be a pretty quiet drive back towards like her house. And then we'll like get out, help you carry the tech in, get into the living room. Is like, so how we feeling for real?
What the actual fuck?
Uh-huh.
That's what people do in Night City? They didn't tell you that. Nobody said that. Nobody said there was torture.
Well, if you don't piss anyone off or have information other people want or you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time. Night City sucks, man. Night City sucks.
I never want to go to Night City ever. I thought I wanted to go Night City because they had really cool shit, but I don't want to go Night City ever. I want to stay here. I'm just going to make cool shit here. But this technology, though, this is really cool, and I'm going to hyper-focus on that for a little bit because it's really, really fucking cool.
That is
look,
fine.
Look what you can do. And then she, like, puts the mask on and does the voice modulator because she's drunk now as fuck and thinks it's funny.
She's like, there's probably, like, a genuine laugh and, like, I'm going to go so then she's like, that sounds great. Very excited you also don't want to leave here. But hey, plus side, you're dating a nomad with an airplane. We can go get you stuff and then come back.
She takes her mask off. We are dating.
We were just present for a torture together. I feel like we're pretty close at this point.
It's not good to talk about tonight.
But okay. Yes. That airplane ride though sounds real cool.
I've never taken you into an airplane, have I?
No. I didn't know you had an airplane.
Well, I mean, my family does. I can like that one does not work. Trying to get that one to work. Maybe you can help me with it. But we gotta get you on another airplane so you can understand it first. But
I do have some basic understanding of air vehicles. Yeah, I can definitely help with that. Not tonight, but eventually, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
But basically, if we can get gas money, I can. Next time the nomads are in town, I can borrow my dad's or something.
I get to be on a plane. That's really cool.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I've been in them since I was little, so I guess it's not cool anymore. But it's a lot more fun than a car.
It is. I think I've never been in one, so I don't know.
Oh, there we go. New experience that will be pleasant. We can share together.
I heard of something called the Mile High Club. What's that mean?
She just gets this like really wry smile. Maybe we can find that out together. How about? I think that is where we will end this session of Hollow Secrets.
I had to.
It's so good. It's so good.
Good.
Let's see. What is... Yeah, we will be back next week. For those watching on YouTube, well, I guess for anyone at this point, but for a new episode, will be next week. And then come back around, I think is it this coming Tuesday? Is the start of our Vampire the Masquerade campaign ran by Bobby again.
Come watch my character probably get tortured and die. I'll be fine.
Possibly. And if not tortured and died, then tortured by my character who's not going to give a shit. And that's going to be its own torture. That's very true. All the characters really do not. I give a shit about one thing, and it is unfortunately not Nikki's character. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is that, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Smile and wave. Smile and wave, everybody, while I open up the right tab.